Hey guys, and welcome to game number 97 out of 100 of the Mack vs. Machine series, where I'll be playing 100 games of Scrabble against the top online bot, HastyBot. We're currently sitting at 57.5 wins with only 4 games to go, so if we can win 3 of the last 4, we'll pass the 60 win mark in this series. So without further ado, let's jump right into game number 97. And okay, kind of a clunky rack to start things off, a couple of I's and a couple of T's. Probably just Kit here, maybe Tiki. Yeah, Tiki might be better just because Kit takes a lot of hooks I don't have. It takes an S on both sides, it takes an E for kite, it takes an H for kith. I don't love setting up a ton of hooks I don't have. Tiki does take the S, but it's a little bit less likely he'll have an S than an E. So I think Tiki is probably fine. Yeah, it's close. It's also a little bit harder to overlap than Kit, which is good. I mean, the I is kind of nice to keep just as a vowel to balance my leave, but at the same time, turning over the I does also give me another chance at drawing an S or an E, which would be a better vowel for me to have. So I think playing Tiki is probably fine. Bob plays Hup. Not a great pool here either. Draw the X. Not a lot of good places to play the X on this board. Could always just get rid of it with something like tax. DDRU is kind of clunky though, so I'm not a huge fan of that play. But I don't see a lot of other options. I'm not dying to keep the X. Is there a way for me to set it up? Not really. I need to put an A here, and I can't do that. Huh. Have anything here? Not much. Yeah, actually I have almost nothing there. I mean, I'm not going to play something like Rut, keeping both D's and the X. That's terrible. I guess I have Dot. I'm just generally not a fan of the X early in the game, because the X tends to do better later in the game when there are more hotspots open. The X is not a good bingo tile. And earlier in the game, you're generally going to score a lot more from, on average, from trying to bingo than trying to use hotspots, just because there isn't yet access to the triple word scores in these triple letter score, double word score hotspots. So yeah, I think just playing tax is fine here. It's not a good leave, but I think getting rid of the X is probably the right thing to do. Wow, that was a great draw. We drew E and blank. And Kitten comes down, so I should be able to bingo through this E and probably this T. Yeah, I've intruded. Do I have any double doubles? Darndest. Untraded? I don't even think that's good. It doesn't double. 100. Doesn't actually play. Yeah, I have many words through this E too. Which, if I can't double, will be where I'm going to want to play. I just want to be absolutely certain I can't double before I commit to playing through this E. But I don't think I can. Yeah, there's nothing with an O. Yeah, I feel pretty confident I can't double, so let's just play here through this E. I don't know. It doesn't really matter too much. Maybe underfed. That looks pretty good defensively too. It doesn't really give back all that much. I guess if I can bingo one spot up, that would be slightly better to not float the E though. I don't want to give up 2 points. Like, I don't want to play something like Dernitor over here, because that scores 2 less since it doesn't double the D. So maybe there's nothing. Refunded. Yeah, I'd have to play up here, which doesn't really help my cause, since that just floats the R and the E anyway. Yeah, I don't know. Probably there is something. I don't want to spend too much more time on it, so I'll just play underfed. It's certainly reasonable enough. And of course he bingos to that E. That's funny. Okay, well, now I guess, do I have anything? No, right? I don't think I have any 8s through this R or any 7s. Yeah, Dogrees doesn't play through this D. Daub is not bad. Keeps a really good leave. It scores 23. So that's certainly reasonable. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to imagine doing too much better than that, assuming I don't have a bingo, which I'm quite confident I don't. So let's go ahead and do it. And, ooh, Days. That's a pretty aggressive play, although he does score a lot. I mean, I just can't imagine Gier is not the right play here. Yeah, I mean, it keeps a good lead, but scores 57, so not much else to think about. And Zoo, and I have drawn Semi-Raw, which... Oh, it does play with Whoop. That's sneaky. Wait, is Swarmier good? Swarmier. I don't think so. Huh. Wow, I can't remember for sure. I don't... Yeah, it looks funny. I'm not going to risk it, especially since I have Semi-Raw available. I mean, it's obviously a lot more points and a lot better positionally, so it's a significant mistake if I'm wrong. If I didn't have Semi-Raw, I maybe would consider risking it. Yes, Swarmier, that just really doesn't look good. And Swarmer is definitely good, but Swarmier? I don't think so. Well, we'll find out soon enough, but I'm going to play Semi-Raw. Okay, so Ein by the bot. What am I up? I'm up 74. And I draw it decently. Other than the G, this is actually a really good rack. So I have to imagine I should do something about this S. And I could play Chip. Well, I don't think I should play Chipset, because there's still S's unseen. But Chips is 45 points. So there's nothing wrong with that. I'd love to get rid of that G. But I think I probably just would have to sacrifice too many points to do that. So yeah, Chips seems pretty good. Yeah, I just don't see any way to get rid of the G and score anywhere near that many points. So I think Chips it is. And the bot bingos with Krausley, so the bot is not given up yet, that's for sure. Still up 30 though, so still in good shape. Probably just drop the Q. I mean, it's not a terrible leave. Can't play QI for as many points, so I think that's gotta be right. I don't see a good reason to play Quilt through this U. It's fewer points, and the ILT goes pretty well with my rack. This also blocks up a little bit, so yeah, let's play QI. Bot plays Awa. Do I have a Y for Giftedly? I do not. Not up a ton. I'm only up 22. Can I do anything here? I've retied. That's 30. That's a lot of points. Yeah, 36 is a lot of points. It's probably the right play. I don't have anything with the F. Refield? No. That's no good, right? No, it's not. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else there. I mean, 36 points is a lot. Oh, but I have Field here, actually. Yeah, I almost didn't even see that. That's 41. Well, that's why they say, guys, see a good play, look for a better one. That's certainly a better play. It also blocks this row 2 a little bit. Filmi, and probably just voling or voting through this I. I'm up 35. I mean, the bot could still bingo over here, but it's not going to score a lot, and it should give me a lot back. Could be close. I think the question is really voling or voting. Probably voling, right? I mean, I don't see any. Usually the T is just better than the L. There's neither in the bag. I don't see any reason why the L is going to be better than the T here. I guess the only reason is maybe because there's a C and 2 G's unseen, and CL, like GL is definitely better for synergy than GT, and CT is probably better than or worse than CL too. Yeah, probably CT and GT are both worse than CL and GL respectively. So probably voting actually because of that. Come to think of it. Yeah, I think let's do voting. Okay. So, bot plays a GOG, and I'm maybe in a little bit of a pickle here because, let's see, the bot's threatening Seaborn through this B. Oh boy, okay, yeah. So the bot's threatening some bingos. Because we have Seaborn through this E, we have Narcos on the bottom, and Akaros and Aranos. Oh boy, okay, I have to block the bottom then, right? And then there's also Menacers. Yikes. Yeah, I have problems here. Wow, okay. I mean, I think I just do this, because he bingos the most on the bottom. Shoot, I thought this was going to be a lot more straightforward than it is. And I can't just outrun, right? I mean, if I play... Yeah, no, because I'm not scoring nearly enough. Well, maybe I am. Hold on, what if I play... I mean, I'm not outrunning bingos in the bottom, though. That's the thing. Yeah. I'd outrun Seaborn, but if he has Seaborn, he just has Aranos anyway. So, okay. Well, let's go through all the tiles, right? If I draw an A, then Encores doesn't play. I don't think he bingos if I draw an A. Well, he has Necros. He has Necros, too. Oh my, okay. Yeah, I have to block the bottom for sure, because Aranos... Yeah, like... Everything bingos in the bottom, or like, I mean, a lot of things do. If the N is in the bag, he has Aceros too. If the O is in the bag, then I do lose to Menacers. And I think Gabby is the only way to block it, right? Yeah, unless ORS is in the bag, he has something. He has either Necros, Aranos, Narcos, or Akaros. There's 5 out of 8 he bingos there. He only bingos 1 out of 8 through the B. And 1 out of 8 from the M, I think. And I don't think he ever bingos from the E. So I think if I play Gabby, I think I win 6 out of 8, because A draw wins... Wait, yeah, Obscener doesn't fit. Yeah, A draw wins. C draw loses. He bingos out with Seaborn. E draw... wins? Yeah, Romances won't fit. Okay. N draw wins. Racemos... doesn't fit. O draw, Menacers. So O draw will lose. R draw will win. S draw will win. So, okay, it's a 6 out of 8. And I can't pass, right? Because he won't give me anything in return as an out bingo, and he won't get stuck with the C. Right? Because even if he plays Aranos, he'd still have Car and Tech. And... yeah, so alright, I gotta just do this, because it's like my only way to actually block this. I almost can't even block. So I'm lucky I drew another G. So yeah, I gotta just do this, and, you know, you just cross your fingers and hope for the best. Dang it! Wow. So yeah, I guess, I mean, if I had blocked over there, I would have won, but, I mean, I still played the odds correctly, because he was way more likely to bingo on the bottom. So... it's a tough break, but, you know, it's part of the game. And sometimes you're going to make the right play and lose. Sometimes you're going to make the wrong play and win. Here I made the right play and lost. But what can you do? Very good game. 430 to 456. Tough loss for sure. But, yeah, I'm confident that Gabby was the right play, but let's look earlier and see. Yeah, Kit versus Tiki is debatable. I'm fine with Tiki, though, just to not give back as many hooks. Tax is kind of the best of a bad lot here, it seems. Oh, I didn't actually consider playing Refunded there. It scores a few more. Yeah, maybe... Dernader here probably is better. Yeah, see, okay, these small mistake guys, they do add up. Yeah, I mean, Refunded here is probably not right anyway, even though it's 2 more points, just because it puts a D in the triple line. Oh, burdened. That's what I was looking for. Dang it. Yeah, I missed that. He wouldn't have had a bingo if I played that because Robotize wouldn't have fit to that E. So, or Sundered. There were several things that played there. I don't know. I think there were just so many bingos and they could have played in 2 spots. I just didn't do a good job at generating all the choices. So, I mean, in principle, is it a big mistake? No, but it just so happened it was a big mistake given what he had. And, those little things, guys, they add up. And that's, you got to be precise. And I got punished for it here since I gave his rack, which didn't make a 7, the E he needed for an 8. So, seemingly small mistake definitely turned into a big one. Yeah, otherwise, I mean, I think this was a pretty clean game. So far, so good. Okay, Swarmier is not good. That was one thing I wanted to check. So I made the right call here. Yeah, chipset. Oh, I didn't actually see that. I'm not gonna lie. I thought that didn't take an S. I thought Pitch only took an ES. I'm actually gonna be honest. I didn't think that was good. I mean, it's not necessarily. It's probably better because it's 3 extra points, but keeping the E is nice, so it's not a big mistake. Chipset's definitely not correct with 2 S's unseen. Yeah, why did I think this wasn't good? Maybe, did it used to not be good? I don't know. I definitely saw this and I was like, PECH doesn't take an S. So, yeah, weird. But, I definitely make lapses sometimes. I haven't reviewed my 5s in a while, so maybe I need to do that. So possibly a small mistake here. I probably would have, if I thought this was good, I probably would have played it. Whoops. Yeah, if I thought that was good, I probably would have played it. But, okay. Plays Krausley. No, there's no way I should do this. There's no use left. The Q is not getting better, and I blocked my QI spot. So QI is definitely correct. Field looks good. Yeah, voting versus voting. I still think voting is fine. The L does go a lot better with the G and the C. And yeah, here, I mean, like I said, he's bingoing so often on the bottom row that I think I have to block that. I mean, because if I play Evangel, then like I said, 5 out of 8 draws, he bingos on row 14. Again, he has either Necros if I draw an A, Aranos if I draw a C, Narcos if I draw either of the 2 E's, and Acheros if I draw the N. So he's bingoing 5 out of 8 times, which means I'm only winning 3 out of 8 after Evangel, whereas after my play of Gabby, I'm winning 6 out of 8, which is twice as often as 3 out of 8, because now he only bingos out with Menacers and Seaborn, as far as I can tell. So it was the right play. As it turns out, playing Engraver of Angel would have won, because he had one of the racks that, or really the only rack that happens to only bingo from this M. But, that's Scrabble for you. I made the right play. I'm confident I made the right play, and I lost the game. But can't really complain about that. Overall, I played pretty well. Just a couple small things. Underfed. It doesn't seem like a huge deal, but you don't want to give him an E if you don't have to work with. It's the best floater aside from an S, so it's a mistake. I mean, it's not a big mistake, but it's absolutely a mistake. And chips instead of Pex, which again, I don't know why, I just thought PECH did not take an S. But yeah, probably another small mistake just for the 3 extra points. So nothing massive, but like I said, these things add up. So I gotta be a little bit more careful. And the couple small mistakes here, Underfed and chips, both gave him bingos that he wouldn't have had before. I mean, Krausley, he still would have probably bingoed with that rack, but he wouldn't have bingoed for as much. And Robotize wouldn't have bingoed either. So, just the small mistakes happen to cost me a lot this game. And sometimes you make small mistakes and they cost you a lot. Sometimes you make big mistakes and they don't cost you anything. It's part of the game. And, love it or hate it, you got to deal with it. And yeah, that's about all there is to say. But it was still a very good game, really interesting game. The pre-end game was instructive too, I think, just kind of going through all of the different lines. It's I've seen a lot of those positions, so it's a fairly clinical pre-end game in the sense that it's one in the bag. It's the approach is pretty straightforward, right? You just have to look and see where is he bingoing the most often, because it's going to come down to if he bingos, he wins. If he doesn't, I win. So it's the approach is fairly straightforward, but still the process of having to go through all the tiles and kind of calculate the odds, I think, is instructive. So I hope you guys enjoyed that and maybe got something out of it if you haven't really seen that in practice already. But yeah, good game. Unfortunate loss. It would have been a really nice one to win, but what can you do? And hopefully we'll come back better for the next one, which will be coming out soon. So I look forward to seeing you all there for game 98. We're still at 57.5 wins with 3 to go, so we're going to need to win 3 in a row to get to the 60 game mark now. It's certainly possible. It's going to be tough, but we're going to give it our best shot. So yeah, thanks again, guys, for all the support, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.